rockers and metalheads. This is Metal Warrior 52 coming live, or not live, but from my metal room. As you can see around me is posters, music, and a few other things. Anyway, this is my first vlog. It's Sunday, November 27th, 2011. And what I'm going to do is kind of go over a history of what I consider to be hard rock and metal. There is a documentary on VH1 Classic called Metal Evolution, where Sam Dunn chronicles the history of heavy metal from its beginning to what is today's metal scene. I'm going to be a little bit different. I'm going to actually go over stuff, what I consider to be hard rock and metal, and where I started from. Anyway, I'm 52. I live in Minnesota in the Red River Valley. I've been into hard rock, heavy metal since about the early 70s. I can remember growing up as a youngster in a restaurant my folks owned, listening to the jukebox and music all the time there, and was fascinated with music. But back in those days, it was more country and pop, but that's all I had. It wasn't until, like I said, the early 70s is where I kind of basically got into hard rock and metal. So it was basically where I started. Back in those days, we listened to a lot of the commercial hard rock bands, you know, that were popular. ZZ Top, Led Zeppelin, Deep Purple, anything that got radio play on Q98 in Fargo, North Dakota, we listened to. But I did have a circle of friends that I came across in about 1975, 74, that basically expanded my musical horizons, as you could say, where I got to learn about more of the bands that were not popular, but more were just under that radar, more underground, as you could say. Bands like White Witch, Budgie, The Stars, Detective, countless other bands, Golden Earring, Nazareth, not really underground, but they forged the way that many of these other bands follow. So they were there. As I go further into my metal blog, I'm going to try to distinguish what was hard rock and what was, I consider, metal back in them days. There's a fine line that people come across here. Well, this band was not considered heavy metal, but this band was considered heavy metal, and so forth. You know, there's a big debate going on about this. But I'm going to try to clear that up anyway, what I consider heavy metal bands and hard rock bands back in the 70s. The scene was huge, you know. It's where it started from. So anyway, back when I started collecting, which was avidly in about 1977 when I went into the Coast Guard, actually stationed in Duluth, Minnesota. A friend of mine who was from Fridley, Minnesota, we both loved the hard and heavy sounds of the 70s. Also, a friend of mine from St. Louis, Missouri as well. And we always bought stuff every payday to listen to. And for me, back in those days, I logged everything in this, you know. And so I kept a running log of what I bought. You know, I mean, there's, I don't know, hundreds and hundreds of bands in here that I still keep. I mean, this isn't the original one, but I had to keep a log because I bought 8 to 9, 10 albums every 2 weeks. You know, back in them days, the vinyl was $5 to $7 a piece. You know, and also we had used record stores. So basically, we had a lot to choose from. A lot of what I bought back in them days was by album covers. If an album cover looked cool and radical, I bought it. For instance, I have one here that, you know, that I bought, and I bought it basically because of the album cover. I mean, it's uncanny how lucky I was buying a lot of these albums just by the cover alone. This one right here, Earthquake, rocking the world. I mean, look at this cover. I mean, this is a 70s cover. I mean, it's just nuts how these covers were back in them days. And I bought a lot of my music because of covers like this. You know, it was nuts. And the success rate for how good the music was very, very good. You know, so a lot of it was just by looking at it without ever hearing a sound, you know. And some of what I bought also was because of the radio. Living in Duluth, Minnesota for 3 years, there was 2 college stations, and both had late night rock shows, and we listened to a lot of that, you know, and we got a lot of our music because of that, let alone just buying by the covers. So anyway, what I'm going to try to do each week is a little history of what and where I believe heavy metal started from, who were the fathers, and how it progressed for me, and how it progressed in the music scene to where it is today, you know. But I'm not a professional by any means. I'm just doing this because I love music. I love heavy metal music. I love promoting it. I love buying and supporting the artist. So bear with me, and don't get too disappointed if it doesn't look professional, because it isn't meant to be. Comment if you like. I'm just going to go forth each week with something new. Also, what I am going to do, hopefully with each ending show, I'm going to show CDs or albums that I have obtained during the week, you know, and promote those bands. Also, I'm gonna give a shout out to my fellow metalheads in the Heart of Metal, a board that I belong to. There's massive knowledge on that board. We got people ranging from age, I think 15 we had at one time, up to I believe 56. I'm 52, so there's massive knowledge of metal on those boards, and you can go just search out Heart of Metal, and hopefully you'll come across it. I'll try to give you a link to it before the end of the show here. This is only going to be a 15-minute in length, as I can only post 15 minutes to YouTube, so bear with me, and enjoy what I have to say, you know. So hopefully it'll be fun, and you'll be able to comment. I'm going to try to set up my Yahoo chat and announce when I'm going to be recording, and maybe I can get some questions, and maybe I can give you some answers. Also, you can comment on YouTube when this is posted as to what you think, what you would like to know, how can I improve the show or the blog and so forth, you know. I just enjoy doing this, getting music out to the masses. If it's a success, great. If it's not, well, it's what I want to do, you know. Anyway, as I stated, you could actually go to the Heart of Metal. It's heartofmetal.niceboard.com / and you can type that in your browser and go there. Another board I'm going to plug is Christian Metal Realm. It's christianmetalrealm.niceboard.com. Also, a lot of those people that are on that board are also on Heart of Metal. I do post at other boards, and that's where I get a lot of what I buy today. It's through friends, metalheads on those boards. Also through e-zines, word of mouth, Facebook, MySpace. So the content is out there to find heavy metal. I mean, in my circle anyway. I'm not into the commercial radio, hard rock. To me, a lot of that sounds too much the same. So I'm more into more of the underground. I'm into more of the European metals, Brazilian bands, Aussie bands from Australia, Japanese, American. And a lot of those bands don't get the credit they deserve. And that's what I'm going to try to do is promote. I'm more into the power metal, the progressive power metal, thrash. I do like a little bit of melodic death metal. I'm not a fan of black metal. I like hard rock. I love female-fronted metal bands, stuff like Nightwish, After Forever, Nemesis, Bitchfire, Within Temptation, Triosphere, Beautiful Sin. You know, a lot of those are female-fronted. A lot of the current bands that I'm into that aren't female-fronted is Wolf, Primal Fear, who I saw twice, Anthrax, Annihilator, God, it goes on and on. Iced Earth, Cage, who I saw about 2 months ago, amazing band live. Get a chance, go see them, they'll blow you away. Another band that's really not too well known except in the circle that we follow, and hopefully a lot of these bands that I try to promote or give a plug to will actually see what I'm doing and give me an okay that I'm doing a good job. Maybe, you know, send me a CD, I can review it, let you know what I think, get it out there. Anyway, I want to thank you. This is my first broadcast, and hopefully it'll be many more to come, hopefully one each week. And I will post this on the boards that I belong to and let everybody know when the next broadcast will be posted to YouTube, and go from there. Also, I will show you the room a little bit more. I got, as you can see, posters behind me, to the right, to the left. I got CDs out in the hallway there, in my living room. I'll try to get pictures of that and just show you what I have. Also vinyl. Anyway, I just want to thank you. Enjoy your days. Keep it metal. Keep it loud. Crank it up. Thank you very much.